Hello, my stamping friends. It's Marilyn here, coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada, on a very rainy Thursday evening. Thursday, June 23rd. Isn't that interesting that we are almost to the end of June already, which I find really hard to believe. I don't know where the days go, but they come and they go. And I have some very excited grandchildren who are almost done school again for this year and looking forward to some summertime. So as you come on, please let me know where you're coming from, what kind of day you've had, if you have rain or sunshine or whatever. Here in this part of Alberta, recently, earlier this week, we had the longest day of the year. And now I heard this morning we were down to 4 seconds less or something. So sad part for me because I really enjoy the daylight hours and I know what's coming on the other half of the calendar kind of thing. So I'm going to try and keep enjoying each of these sunny days as we can. So I have a few things to share with you as usual. And while I'm doing that, please chat amongst yourselves. I will try and read comments as they come on and answer questions if I can. If not, I will certainly go back and read them all. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you are new to my channels, I am broadcasting to Facebook and YouTube this time. It's a part of this program that I'm testing out. So welcome, all of you. And please comment, please bring your friends, please, let's just have a great time card making or crafting, paper crafting. Tonight I do have a card to show you and I will do that shortly. But first of all, I want to show you a few of these things. I'll remind you that I do have classes and these will carry over during the summer. The 12-month of Christmas cards, second Thursday of the month. The monthly card class, the third Wednesday of the month. And all except for tomorrow, we will be having our Zoom with Friends class, Fridays at 1. This is a great class that a number of you do join me on, and some of you are actually teachers on it, which I love. I love everybody's participation. It's great. You don't have to, but you're welcome to come and join us. I don't put the Zoom link out to the public, but send me a message and I will add you to my email list and you will get it that way. So, having said all of that, let me go to the comments and see if people here. Good to see all of you. Thank you for joining me. And I'm going to share, pardon me, a couple other things here. Let's see if I can get rid of that one though. And these are things that are happening with Stampin' Up! At the moment. Whoops, wrong button. Let me do this one. That's better. Okay, last chance. You may have heard already that Stampin' Up! Has a sale because the Mini Catalog is retiring here on June 30th. And it's called the Last Chance Sale. And lots of items are discounted. And I know when it came out, there were a lot of die sets that were 50% off. So be sure and check that out. You can find it through my links to my Facebook and my website there. And there are still some specials, but there are lots of things that are already sold out. So hopefully you haven't missed the boat on that one. Another one that is happening currently is the BOGO sale, which is kit sale. If you buy one, you get another one for 50% off. And this is really different than most BOGO sales, where the 50% off is off the most expensive kit that you purchase. And last but not least is I'm having a paper share. And it's from the Mini Catalog. You would get all of these papers plus a piece of coordinating cardstock for each piece of paper. So that's 54 pieces of designer paper and 54 pieces of cardstock. Pardon me. So if you would like to take part in that, send me, fill out the form, and I will put the link in that to that afterwards. Fill out the form. I cannot order it before July 1st, but I do want to order it on July 1st so that I can get it out to you. So for those of you who have joined it already, thank you so much. And the rest of you, there's still a chance. So now, as I go down to my desktop, I'm going to show you my desktop camera, which worked, and tell me what is the favorite thing you do on that summer solstice day with the longest day of the year. We were lucky enough in 2011, we drove to Alaska in June, and we have a picture of the 6 of us who went sitting on a picnic bench at 11 o'clock at night, or 11:30, and the sun was way up in the sky. And I know we read about it, but I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it myself that day. So just in the comments, let me know. And hello, I see people from Prince George, from Onaway, BC. Good to see you all. So please keep chatting, and if there's questions, I know a number of you are demonstrators, please help me answer them. I don't mind that at all. And like I said, I will certainly come back and look at all of them afterwards. Mini Catalog, this is the one that I mentioned, is going to be retiring the end of June. Great, great products in here, and I'm sad to see some of them go. I'm happy that I still have some that are in here, and I will be sharing them with you over the next few months. The annual catalog came out the 1st of May, and it is good till next April. And the set I'm using tonight is carried forward into this catalog, and it is the Forever Fern. It was an early release last year for us, and I got it then, and I still don't feel I've used it enough. So I'm trying again. And these are the new catalogs coming. The Mini Catalog and the Sale-A-Bration. The Mini will run from the 1st of July to the end of December. And the Sale-A-Bration, which means that you can get for once July 1st starts, for every $60 you spend, you can get a free item out of this catalog. And I can't show you the insides of them yet, but I did use the mailing selector to have them sent to my customers. So they should be arriving soon. And I think I read, Kathleen, did you say you just got yours today? Which means that they received my catalog yesterday. Good job, Kathleen. So the mail is working and it's getting there. So that's good to hear. So if there's not any other questions, I'm going to go ahead with this stamp set, which is really glaring in your eyes, isn't it? And I'm going to show you how I made this card. So it is kind of I'm going to call it a spring, summer birthday card. A few catalogs ago, we did have gold rings that, actually it was when this one came out, so maybe it was just last year. They were in the catalog for one go round. And I thought, I really like them, but I don't have any more. And you can't order them. So I'm going to try doing it with just gold and the circle dies. So that's what I did. I also stamped, there's various stamps in here of leaves. And I have some cards with green, definitely green on them to show you later using that. But I decided that I would use the yellow as my base, and then my green for greenery, the different shapes. And this blue is the Starry Sky. The green is Pear Pizzazz. And more circles here. So you can see, or you can guess probably, that when I cut this circle, this is the inside piece of it, so no use wasting it. And then I stamped the other images and used the die cuts to cut them out, because this is our Forever Flourishing die set that goes with that stamp set. And it's got some great dies that cut out images, as well as standalone dies for these. And as I was gathering things for tonight, I discovered that I still have this, which is, some of this is retired color. But it is, when I first got it, I was testing all of them, and you can see all the different shapes and colors that could be used on this card or other ones. And I just keep them in a case like that to grab when I'm going to be cutting. So for my card, I took, oh, and this is just to show you that I used the circle dies and one of the scallop ones for the greeting there. So I'm going to grab my, okay, yeah, keep chatting, carrying on. All is good. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of stamping and show you what I did with that. First of all, on the background, I did use this Stripes and Splatters embossing folder. It's a set of 2 of the narrower ones, the stripes and the splatters. And I thought it gave it just a little bit of dimension, which makes it look better in my world. So I have got my pieces. I've got my regular card base, which I will fold. So what has been your most common card you made this in June? I would guess for some of you, it might even be a graduation card, right? Because we have that time of year, graduation, convocation, those kind of things happening. I did. I had a grandson who convocated and finished his Grant MacEwan degree, but he didn't go to anything. He didn't want a celebration or anything. So kind of didn't have a card for that. But anyway, on to this. I did my embossing, and hopefully you can see the how it works. And I love that one. So then for stamping, I went and I tried each of the different green leaves and die cut them. So what I like to do is when I have a larger stamp like this is turn it over to ink it. And it is the stamp that does the shading. I don't know why I could never remember that, but you can see there what it is with. And then of course, when I hear one of you tell me what it is, I go, yeah, that's what you call it. But so I love the different degrees of color that comes in those and the different shapes that they have. So it doesn't take much, as you can see on my piece of paper, all the different leaves. And I decided that I needed some of each of them. So that's what I put on there. And then when it came to the Starry Sky, which is our new blue, and it is gorgeous, I thought, okay, I'm going to stamp it as dark as I can. And then I thought, no, I don't really like that. So I did stamp one, and you can see it comes out quite dark. And I have my paper towel. Then for the next one, I thought, no, I better stamp off. And you can see it does come a little bit lighter. So that I used both of them actually on my card. And I'm going to just grab an envelope while I'm stamping. And on this one, I kind of overlapped them and I wasn't keen on that. So I think on the one I'm doing now, I will just use the green, but maybe a different one. So I don't know what's happening here. To distinctive. Thank you, Karen. Yes, distinctive stamps is what they're called. Gail, making birthday cards. I'm going to show you guys this. Look at what I can do. I can bring up what you have said and show it to everybody on here. So thank you, Gail, for doing those kind of cards. Sounds like you've had a busy day card making. That's great. And Kathleen made a grad card. Good for you. That is always welcome by the recipient, I'm sure. So anyway, back to my card, my distinctive card here. I am just going to add a touch of green to the envelope. And then I'm going to put my card together. Oh, the other thing I need to do, which I hadn't done yet. A lot of this I did pre-do so that you don't have to watch me run these through the the cut and emboss machine, but you can see how easy it would be to do a whole sheet and use them for your design. And I decided I would take the words out of here and quite a big block for my little stamp, but that's what happens when I was all ready for a Stamp-A-Stack I had this week with all the blocks being used. So when it came to putting things together for this, I just used whatever I had left. So to assemble this, I like to use liquid glue for anything that is embossed like this. I find that it's a little bit better at getting in those grooves and making sure everything stays stuck. And the other, what we discovered, or what I discovered yesterday with working on the sympathy cards, one of them I had done an embossed layer with the timber embossing folder and used dimensionals to put it on, and it really buckled. It did not, like I only used corners and a couple in the center, like I didn't put them all the way around, and I found that it buckled. And yet when we did one with, it was a different embossing folder, it it didn't do that. So maybe it was just the way that wood embossing folder does it. I'm not sure, but just trial and error. Keep if that ever happens to you, don't give up. Just try something different. So I have my ring of gold that I cut out, and like I said, but there's no use doing something, putting that away, because I'll probably never find it again. So I decided to mount my greeting on it with dimensionals. Make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing, and hopefully it helps some of you. Most of you I know are very talented crafters already. So I'm going to attach that. So that's ready. This was a little tricky because it's quite narrow, but I happen to have my silicone mat, and I'm going to just use, try not to get my head in the camera, but little dots all around it to hold it. If it was a little bit wider, this gold circle, you could certainly use your Stampin' Seal. But I think I'll show you something in a minute that I did with Stampin' Seal and a ring like this, and it didn't work very well. So I just want to share with you, because that's all part of it, is sharing what didn't work as well. So I'm just going to, you can see it's a little bit narrow on that side. So I'm going to just lay it. And one thing with the liquid glue, it does take a little bit of time to set up. So I'm not going to be pulling on it or anything else. Just leave it there. But this is what I was going to show you. What I did, I thought, okay, I've got gold, the gold leafing. I'm going to see if I could make my own gold ring with it. And you can see I almost did it. Have you ever had some of those that are almost? I did use the tape runner, and obviously I did not get it in those spots. But where I did get it, the gold leafing stuck. And when you compare the two, it's gold, but it's a different gold. And in a pinch, of course, I could have added a little more glue and added some more and used it, but I did have the gold foil, and I'm going to use it instead. So just to show you that. Then came along all of my pieces, and I have the bigger one I put at the background, and I just laid them however I thought I liked the looks of them. Testing with, and I'm not going to, I know a lot of you do follow Joanne, and she gives you choices and whatever, and I can't, I'm not talented enough to keep watching the screen to get all of that. So I'm just going to lay them very similar. And as I laid them on, as I mounted them, it was, of course, the bottom ones would be with the liquid glue and the others, depending on where they are, with dimensionals. So I'm going to do the same thing. And I really like the combination of the blues and the greens. So let's start with this one. And so do any of you have this set? And what are your favorite colors that you use with it? Like I say, I have some other samples I'm going to show you at the end before my show and tell with other colors that I have done. And now this one, because this one is going over and it's going to go over the gold as well, I'm going to basically use dimensionals. And because we have little and large, and for our free shipping sale, did any of you get to take part in that? It was a great day on Tuesday. We had free shipping for 24 hours. And one thing that I always make sure I have lots of is adhesives. So I did get through my adhesive drawer, rearranging it, and I have quite a few of these. I have a fair number of these, but I have lots of glue dots. That must have been my go-to thing when I needed to fill up an order to finish it off. So when I go to put this one on, you can see how, I'm hoping, you can see how it's high here. Well, it will be flat there, but it will be high under here. So I'm just going to tuck a dimensional under that edge, and then probably under a little bit on this side, and then a little bit of glue along here. And once it all dries, it should be pretty permanent. I hope I did the right sides. So you can feel that. Whoops, just about like that. Check and make sure it's still going to peek out from under there. I'm going to add this guy, probably just with liquid glue down here. And tuck him in there. And then I have my lighter blue, which again, I don't need any height there, but I will under this end. And trying to see, yes, some of you did take part in the free shipping. Good for you. Good for you. It's always nice. And now that our shipping in Canada is up to 11%, it's even more of a saving when we can do that. And I know that we could have added, of course, nothing from the new catalog, but certainly from the discounted, the last chance list, and the BOGO sale. Oh, thinking of the BOGO sale, I want to remind you, if you are not on my newsletter list, please do so, because I share a lot of things there. And I have a kit here that I haven't put together yet. So I decided for this BOGO sale, anyone who has a kit, doesn't matter if you bought it from me or not, if you have a kit, I'm going to do a Zoom class on, sorry, I'm busy trying to think of two different things here. Tuesday, July the 5th, in the evening, 7 o'clock in the evening, that you're welcome to join me and we can build our kits together. So just let me know. I have a form for you to fill out there just so I get everybody's email address so that I can send you the Zoom link. But if you want to join me with that, please please let me know, because it's so much more fun when we're making things together, right? So there's the card. And I can't really say tell me which one you like better, because I think they're pretty much the same. But that is what I will be giving away to one of you for next week. Everyone who comments, your name is in the draw, as some of you know. And I must apologize. I went to grab the card to give for tonight, and I couldn't find it. And then I realized that it was a Father's Day card, and I used it for my son or my son-in-law. And I was going to make another one to give away, but that didn't happen. So I have a couple other cards I will show you when I go to do the draw, and whoever wins can just let me know which one they'd like. So my other cards, well, thank you, Bonnie, for liking my cards. These are some others that I've made with that set. This one has an embossing folder and just stamping, and this is a color that's no longer available. Pretty peacock, I'm thinking, but just some samples. This is another of the die cuts done with one of the glimmer shimmer paper, and a little bit of, there is it's a stamp with dots, and that's what I used there, and some embellishments. And on this one I could have added some embellishments, but I think the gold brightens it up just enough. So that's another one. This is another one with just stamping first in different greens, and then, can you see? Yeah, you should be able to. The embossed folder over top of it. And I really like the effect of that one. And then, when I started getting ready for this class, this is the first card I made. So I'm on a Christmas kick because, as you know, I do a monthly Christmas card class. And I thought, okay, I can use the Christmas green, which we call Christmas green, but it is the garden green, and the real red. I've got some red ribbon. I really liked it. So look out, Christmas card people, because we may be doing this. But I just wanted to point out how I figured out the sizes. I have my trusty little tool that sits on my desk with all these different layers. And if you look at it, you can see they're 1/4 inch. Well, if I line them up right, they're all 1/4 inch down. So I decided I wanted these images on here. So I went to, I think it was this one, but I can take them, or I can take them right out and just lay them on my card front and think, oh yeah, I like that one. Okay, I'll do that. And then work with my layers. So it's a great tool. It's not hard to make. If you're interested, I believe I have a document showing how I did it. But it is just starting with the 5.5 by 4 1/4, and then working down 1/4 inch. And this is all retired cardstock that, of course, was just sitting in a file. So I thought it was very, very good way to use it. And now I have also attached these cards with ideas for the new in colors, which I know, Kathleen, if you're still on here, I know that you're really enjoying these. And everyone who signed up for my in color club is getting these with the color of the month kind of things. So it helps them with figuring out what goes together. And we can get from Stampin' Up all of these for all of the colors. These are just the current in colors, or the new in colors, I should say. But they are available for all of them. So again, if you're interested in any of that, give me a holler and I will see what I can do. I can probably get it PDF or something sent to you. So that's my aha moment for doing a Christmas card. The other thing to share with you with my show and tell are the sympathy cards that we made yesterday. And these are done with 2 of the colors in, I can't remember the paper. It's one of the new papers that's very thin and shiny. So all of them, they don't all say sympathy, but we felt that sending hugs was a good choice. You're in my thoughts. This is designer paper from the host set that you can currently get. This one is one of the new designer papers. And Sharon was quite excited to see this. She said she never would have put these colors together, and yet I took them from the DSP package, which I trust Stampin' Up knows what they're doing with their color choices. This one does have sympathy on it, just a regular black and white, which is always so special. And this is the one that I was mentioning. It kind of buckled with using dimensionals on it. So, but just heartfelt on that one. So just to give you an idea that when we do Stamp-A-Stacks like that, the cards are not all the same. I do different ones each time, each of the 5 of them. Further Happy Mail. This one is from Diana. Thank you so much, Diana. Done with that masculine paper that we currently have. And that's the one that well, not this card, but the paper that I used last week, and I used the card. So I will, where is the Just Because stamp? It is in the same one as the heartfelt one, I believe. Help me, ladies. Sharon, Bonnie, you were on there. I don't know if I still have my paper with that. Lovely You, Gail, I believe is the stamp set. And if that's not right, somebody will help us. But it has a number of great, and I don't have it here. No, I don't have it in front of me, so I can't show you. But and this is from Sharon. This is our team card swap, and she is using some of the paper from that Waves set that we were able to get early, and the stamp from in there. And the stamp and the dies did carry forward. The paper did not, so I'm really pleased to be getting that. So thank you, Sharon. And I will have more of those coming. I'm working on a card swap right now for, I think it's 16 or 17 swaps. So when I get that, I will certainly share it with you. Plus the fact that I I have shared most of the other ones that I got from the last swap with that group, but I will be doing a video showing each of them individually and where they are in the catalog. So let's carry on. It is Lovely You. Thank you, Bonnie. That's great. Okay, I am going to see if I can make my mouse work here. And I'm going over to my draw. You can see here I've got 13 comments. Whoops, you can't see that. Just a minute. Didn't change that screen. Share screen. I could see it, but you guys couldn't. Now you should be able to see it. 13 comments. And I must tell you, in this particular app that I'm using, I can take out names. So therefore, I take out my name and Stamping Creations with Marilyn. So you know that it's an honest draw. Okay, so let's do a random draw. And then whoever wins, Karen Garner. Congratulations, Karen. I am going to ask that you, just a minute, let me go back to this one. Let me know. I have these 2 cards, so let me know which one you would like, whether it's the alcohol background one or the masculine one. Send me a message and I will get that out in the mail to you. And I think, unless there's anything pressing from all of you, I am going to say that's it for tonight. Again, let me know if there's anything you'd like me to share. I certainly don't mind trying new things, as you saw. Some of them don't work, but some of them do. And I will definitely try and share those with you. So always looking for ideas, and keep in touch, keep commenting, and I'd love to see you again. If you're on my YouTube channel, please subscribe so that you get the notifications when I am going to go live, and let me know how things are going. Always great to craft with you. Thank you so much.